Right. Been a long time, but we are back at it with more new episodes of In the Building. Glad to be back on the scene with this show, and I got a special guest with me right here. And, Dave didn't lose any weight, but we got another brother right here who's actually going to be the first subject of interview here on couple. We're gonna do a couple of interviews today. Dave, I'm not. Let me see. Actually, this may be him hitting me up right now. Okay, he says he's hopping on at 5, so
Cool.
he'll be coming in while we get the interview going. I want to get the interview going now because we got our second interview coming on at the bottom of the hour. Ego Jaleel, but this first side of the interview. First side of the double feature, pretty appropriate name given our guest here is a filmmaker, a friend as well of myself and of War Media, way back to when it was Regal Radio. He's been knowing about what we do, and he's been on the ground floor. We'll get into that in a little bit, but he's here to promote his newest project. He's a award-winning filmmaker. He's won another award with this latest project, and it's actually called The Untold Story of Mild Sauce. And you may hear that title and think he's doing an expose on Harold's size or something, but no, this is actually something else, and it's pretty fun and funny short film that Mr. Anton Deshawn has put together here. So give it up. We give it up for Anton, and thanks for coming on, brother. And like I said, this movie. I guess we'll start with a clip. Let me see how I can do this. I can share the screen, so hopefully I can show a second or two of. Oh, that's my camera. That's my camera. He shows how good I am at directing, but hopefully let me show a little bit of.
I feel like I'm on the Tonight Show and everything, promoting a movie, and now they about to show a clip of it. So, all right, I wasn't expecting this. That's what's up.
Well, see, yeah, I'm trying, man. We trying to make you feel big, man. Because
all right,
I think you deserve it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, here's a little bit of Untold Story of Mild Sauce. We'll get this up. Okay. It will tell you how you can play and watch this later as well. You can watch it for free online.
Yes.
But let's get this going. A little easier on the Tonight Show to throw the clips.
Normally they had the TV like right to the side and they pull it up. Okay, I can't see this. I can hear it, but I can't see it.
Can't see it?
I can hear it.
Let me try again. God.
Oh, there we go.
We need to realize that Stone was robbing us out of
when an artist starts to sell records, the record company has to recoup all the monies that was spent before the artist sees it down. The boys did go on tour, but they didn't headline. They were the damn opening act. So they made chump change. So I tell Mild Sauce, I said, go in the studio, make you a crossover hit just like the other groups. And then you can headline. So then, get the fuck out my face.
All right. So that's a little clip there. I like that clip because it's let me mute that. I like that clip because it gives a bit of everything that the short film has to offer. It's got the music, which you definitely lead with, and is like at the heart of everything. But this is a mockumentary,
Correct.
and it's meant to be funny.
Right.
And you got that character right there with Stony Mac.
Yeah, Stony Mac, funk legend himself. Yes.
Yeah, so I'll let you give the synopsis of the film, but it's very funny, man, and if anybody who grew up on '90s R&B, it's very easy to identify with. So just tell us what is Mild Sauce, and what is this movie about?
Cool. Just am I frozen on your side? Because you're frozen on my side. I just want to make sure you can see me moving right now.
You're good. My connection's been shit
Okay.
for the last couple of days. So I probably do have some issues, but you're good. You're good.
All right, cool. Yeah, so man, thanks for that introduction, man. And before I start, man, it's a pleasure for you invite me to be on your show, man. So thank you for that.
My pleasure.
No, so yeah, Untold Story of Mild Sauce is an homage to 90s R&B music. It is a mockumentary music expose spoof of a show called Washed Up, where a group from the 90s called Mild Sauce is featured on there. So it's telling their story. So if you're a fan of shows like Behind the Music or Unsung, then you will like this. And then also too, we have original music that was inspired by the sound of the 90s. So from New Jack Swing, from like the pop sounding music, from freaky R&B to traditional love songs, like we got all of that covered within this short film that we also put to a soundtrack as well. So yeah, that was the inspiration. I mean, you and I, Kyle, are around the same age, so you know how it was. When you can just sit up in the crib all day, whether it's the summertime or you at home from school, sick, sick in the crib, and you just watching videos all day. Yeah. So that was the inspiration behind it. Getting that vibe, and with the videos kind of show homage to a lot of different videos from the 90s as well. So I'm just trying to capture that feeling, man, and get that nostalgia, basically.
So was that the main influence or the main creative spark for you in doing this project? Was, pretty much what inspired you initially to put this project together?
Yeah, so I mean, I went to school for music business, and that's actually how me and your cousin met, because we had the same major, music business, back in the early 2000s at Columbia College. So I always had a passion for like music, and I was into managing artists. Also, my long-term goal at that time was to own a record company. So I wanted to be a CEO. So, and I always kind of figured like filming, I would transition some way from filming at some point. But what the inspiration was, just to answer your question, was that movies like Five Heartbeats, Fear of a Black Hat, This is Spinal Tap, and also too, you may be like, what, this movie? But The Wedding Singer. So I mean, the Black culture, we love the Five Heartbeats, and then when the Temptation movie came out, people still argue to this day which movie is better. So yeah, definitely that was the inspiration. Now a lot of people like CB4. But I was more of a fan of Fear of the Black Hat. I thought that was a little bit better. And it came out around about the same time. But CB4 was more of a commercial hit. So if
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I think my appreciation, right quick, just not to detour.
No, go ahead. I'd love to hear your input on that.
Yeah. My appreciation for CB4 has sort of grown in the years since, but I've always thought that, I'm with you. I've always thought that Fear of a Black Cat was a better movie, and it should have got the publicity that CB4 got. Rusty Cundiff was a very funny and underrated director, and he made a great project with that. I think, like say, for those in the know, that's sort of like the definitive hip hop mockumentary, and it very much is like connect, like it's sort of on that Spinal Tap level, as far as its quality. But I figured you had that in mind when you were doing with this project.
Yep. See, you hit it right on the head. So, but then it just to kind of answer the last part as far as the wedding singer, the reason why that influenced me some. Well, first I have to say that's like my favorite Adam Sandler movie, and
Okay.
I'm a sucker for like 80s rock music, like that sound. It just takes me back to a kid looking at movies and things like that. But it was more so everything they did with the film to get the look and feel of the 80s.
Sure.
So I kind of took that example and when I was like, you know what, I want the look and feel of the 90s for our culture. So that's why that movie also influenced me because I thought they did a great job getting the look and feel of the 80s for the wedding singer. So yeah, so those were all inspirations behind it, man. To capture that.
Yeah, there's definitely an authenticity that's there with the video quality, the quality of the videos and the settings and everything, and the live performances, and like I say, the clothing and everything. You really, I know, in following you on social media, I got to see you put out some of the stuff like behind the scenes before you released the film. So it seems like you guys worked pretty hard on this. And I want to go back to the music a bit because I looked at the credits and it seemed like you got some real professional type people to work on the music. And I know our guy Mike Caliber helps you. He's got a credit help you with the music supervision and
Yeah.
everything. So what went into that? First, let me bring on Dave since he's on with us. But as I bring on Dave, just speak a little bit towards the music. Was the music how did you prioritize the music in the making of the film? Because we're going to speak about your career as a filmmaker. You've done films and shorts already. You've done feature films, but this is the first time that you seemingly have leaned this much into musical production with your filmmaking.
Yeah, no, that's a great question, man. So how the music was developed for that. So yeah, I got Mike involved as a music supervisor to kind of lend an ear to kind of help me filter through as far as what was working, just to make sure that like, hey, if I hear something, am I crazy? Does it sound good? Or, if I hear something and, pass it on to somebody else that they can give me their input of whether or not something is working. So that's why, and Mike has experience as far as producing and then also DJing. So I trusted his opinion on that. So how I got started was that I knew the sound I was looking for. So probably 4 out the 5 songs that you hear, I knew. You still there, Kyle? Oh crap, you kind of lost connection.
No, I did. I
Oh,
blew
okay.
you up.
All
I'm
right.
good.
So
I'm good.
all right, so for instance, like the Big Willie song, I knew like the drums, I had that in my head how I wanted to sound. Like I had examples of like that New Jack Swing, fast tempo sound I wanted.
Okay.
So basically, the guy who's from out west that my cousin introduced me to, his name is Brian Morris. He worked with me for my feature film. He provided composed music for me for Call Center, my film I released in 2017. And so I reached out to him like, hey, I'm looking for this particular sound. So he was just sending me, examples, pretty much like rough drafts of stuff. And then once I felt like he was getting it, I'm like, yeah. So he was kind of building around that. So same thing with Big Willie from Be a Super Freak. I wanted it more up tempo, like mid 90s, like that, Timbaland sound, how, he came through and he was a big influence overall because I really think he changed the sound period in the 90s and he copied a lot. Like far as the pop sound, I knew I kind of want to move towards like a SWV/J for the girls. And Stony Mac, like that was probably the hardest one to kind of find. Because I knew I wanted an upbeat funk song. I love funk music. I still listen to funk right now. So as you see, that character is like a combination of Rick James, Boosie Collins, and Roger Troutman. Actually, last night my uncle at the screen and said he kind of reminds me of Morris Day. I was like, "Yep, put Morris Day up in there too." So, so I knew I wanted that type of sound. As far as with that character, Mike, the song that he produced, "Could You Be the One," he actually was, he just sent me all some tracks that he made, and I heard that. I was like, "Oh, I think this fits." So I actually requested that. So that was one where he didn't necessarily make it from scratch for me like the other guy, Brian. He kind of already had it in his pocket. And I just was like, "Hey, I think this can work." So from there, once I had the sound, I just got the songwriters together and explained to them what I was looking for in the song. So my homegirl Sherry Moore that I went to college with, she's a R&B singer here in Chicago. She wrote 2 songs, "Could You Be the One," and she wrote "Makes Me Want to Dance." My cousin, who's the co-writer, Jonathan Craig, he reached out to one of his homeboys from Gary. They were roommates back when they were living in New York together, and who's a singer-songwriter as well. His name is Greg Martin, and Greg right away, Big Willie came out. Could You Be a Super Freak came out, boom. And then my wife's cousin in Atlanta, he was an R&B group in the 90s down in Atlanta. He also was a rapper. So I sent him the funk beat, and coincidentally, he has one of his best friends' father. It was actually part of Parliament, Funkadelics.
Wow.
So he, man, I get this already. He was like, I grew up on this, my friend, got ties to the funk. So, man, he sent that, and he was like, man, this was just a rough draft. I was like, no, man, it's perfect. That's all I need. So that's how the music came about, man. Pretty much, man. I just used my resources around me to get what I needed.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. I'm sure you're familiar with, like say, using what you got and using connections and stuff like that in that way, given the previous projects that you've done. Would you call yourself an independent filmmaker in that way?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, because, man, I mean, myself and my partner, I mean, we mainly fund everything. So we don't have any, as far as right now, we don't have no major studio backing. We don't have no major investor that is, not yet at least. Trust me, I'm hoping that, I got faith that will eventually happen.
Sure.
But yeah, definitely independent, man. We make everything happen for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, film is something, I followed a lot of filmmakers, and I love movies and stuff, and I know it's hard. It can be hard for guys who had big hits and all types of distinguished careers to get funding for films and do ambitious projects that are personal to them and that really motivate them. For you, what is it for you, like, as a guy who is still sort of young in general and young in your career, trying to build yourself up in this way? Like, how challenging is it for you to get yourself together for these projects and do these things? Because we're gonna talk about what you've gotten out of them and the awards and stuff. I'm sure you're encouraged in a lot of ways to make your films, but I'm sure it has to be a challenge to like say get your money up and find the resources to do things like create music and just put together these ideas that you have in your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, man, it's challenging. For the most part, it's just discipline. By me being basically everything financially falling on myself and my production company, just being disciplined and saving money, and trying to figure out ways to get under budget, or if if you may have an idea and you have a script, you send it over to a producer who will go through it with a fine tooth comb to kind of say, okay, you need X amount of dollars to make this happen. And you're like, okay, well, I had this much. All right, how can we meet somewhere in the middle or get it to where I have? So, yeah, man, it's sacrifices. I mean, as you imagine, a lot of times when you have things written out and you plan, you have to come back on and you have to be more creative. Like, okay, how can I get it to stay within budget? So, yeah, that's one challenge. And then also, too, man, it's a team effort. I mean, I definitely can't do it all by myself, from the songwriters, from the production team, from the producers. I mean, hell, your actors as well. They got to deliver as well, too. So, man, it's a total team effort. I definitely can't take all the credit for I just, help come up with the vision and, put the team together to help execute the vision. So, and that's what was done.
Now, how did you find the actors for this short? Like, I know the one guy, of course, who stands out is the Stoney Mac character, because you mentioned the influences for him, and it's funny. Me and Dave both, and not too long ago, we watched the Rick James documentary.
Yeah, I did too.
It came out on Showtime. You haven't seen that?
No, I seen it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you have seen it? Okay, yeah.
So
it's
actually,
pretty.
let me tell you a fun fact. So the girl that did the makeup for that was actually the same makeup who did the makeup for your cousin's wedding, Damon's wedding. She did Chanel's makeup. She's from Chicago, named Latoya.
What? Oh, wow.
Yeah, Latoya. Oh goodness, I think her last. She go by like the Latoya Deshawn or something like that. But I'm friends with her on social media. But yeah, she lives in California now. She did the makeup for all the interviews on that Rick James thing. So yeah, I think she went to high school with Sean, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, Sean.
Here.
Yeah. Okay.
So just fun fact. But yeah, I like the Rick James doc. I was a Rick James fan.
Yeah. So I mean, how did I just mentioned that because you think of that character and that personality right away with him and it seemed like you really did a good job finding that specific type of look for Mild Sauce themselves. I know you I'm sure that had to be a priority for you to hit that with. So how did you come across these actors?
Yeah, so man, I made sure probably a year out before we filmed that I was making sure to go out to the theater scene. So one theater that I would highly recommend y'all to go to if you're in the Chicagoland area, once they get plays up and running, it's the Black Ensemble Theater. It's up north in what is that? Uptown.
Yeah.
Clark. Man, it's a lot of talent that's there, man. They got great live music to go with their plays. So actually, that actor that plays Stoney Mac, Vincent Jordan, I saw him in 2 plays there. And actually, the first play I saw him there was it was a tribute to funk. I forgot, You Can't Fake the Funk or something like that. So he played Maurice from Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I mean, he just caught my attention, man. He had great stage presence. He had the audience rocking. So I made a mental note. Okay, find out who that dude is. Reach out to him on social media, introduce yourself, and just say, hey, I may got something for you in the future. And same thing with Michael Atkins, the guy who played Dre and with the group Mild Sauce. He's the one that sang lead on Could You Be the One. Same play that he was in. I saw Vincent Jordan in. He was in that. And I noticed his stage presence. He had a scene where he was playing Charlie Wilson from the Gap Band. And I was like, man, this dude got good stage presence. He sounds good as far as he can sing. So made those mental notes. So I also have a casting director. So I hired her. She actually, we go back from when I did my film Call Center. Yeah. So she was big in the theater world. So she knew a lot of folks. So Brian Keys, the guy who plays Vaughn, the lead singer from Mild Sauce, she recommended him to me. I actually worked with him before on my partner's Raheem short film a couple years ago. I didn't know he sung. So he came through. And then Vonzel, who played Heno. Vonzel introduced himself to me back when I had a screening for Call Center in 2017. And we just started following each other on social media. Saw he was doing a project, told him to come audition. And then Jalen Gilbert, he plays oh god, Heno. Wait a minute. Could play Dre, Von, Heno, and good God. Oh man, Juju. I'm sorry, man. I got a brain freeze. I saw on this web series called Brothers from the Suburbs that I saw at a film festival. That was made by this guy named Patrick Williams from Chicago. Jalen is also, man, he's actually, he got a recurring role on this Showtime show called Work in Progress.
Oh, okay. I've heard about this.
So Jalen was talented. I saw his work. I'm like, and actually the director actually recommended him too. So Jalen is pretty good, man. He's actually from Mississippi. He moved up here to go to acting school, I believe, in DePaul, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's how I found my actors, man. Just mainly just network with them and have my casting director reach out. And I just put the bug in here like, hey, these are some actors I have in mind. Reach out to them so they can audition. And all the auditions was virtual through Zoom.
And that makes sense too, because you looking at people who had musical talents as well as acting talents. So yeah, that makes sense. So you say doing the auditions virtually. So this overlapped with the pandemic and stuff, right?
Yes, man. We did all this during the pandemic. Everybody had to get COVID tested. Everybody was masked up on set except the actors. Man, dude, it was a challenge, but man, we made it happen though, man. So yeah, it was straight during the pandemic, man.
Mm.
Before any vaccines was available.
More props to you, man. Yeah, that early part. I think I can like I said, remember some of your postings and everything on social, man. Where y'all were trying to do it back like last year. So that was
yeah, we shot it September and October of 2020.
Well, Dave, I guess Dave out here running some errands or driving Lyft or something, man. How you doing, bro?
You got me muted. You have me muted.
Yeah, I wanted to get you on, man. Before we, I don't even know if we're gonna go to this other interview. But
he's saying you have him muted, but we can hear you.
You have me
yeah,
muted.
we can hear you now, Dave. We can hear you.
Okay, what's it? The host muted you. So yeah, I mean, I'm just driving back to my hotel, but no, like I said, I heard the whole thing. Anton, it was a great movie, extremely entertaining. What's the next project?
You sort of skipping ahead. I kind of wanted to give you like I say, let me get a little bit of your critical opinion first. But I wanted to mention that you probably missed this. We both had talked about Fear of a Black Hat, and he was influenced by that part.
I heard everything on mute. No, I heard about Fear.
Oh, you did hear that? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, see, before I heard the whole thing. So
okay.
Yeah. And I definitely agree with those sentiments. I can see the parallels between Mild Sauce and those two films. And like I said, it was a great piece of work. It was a great homage towards 90s R&B.
Thank you.
It was, at the end of the movie, I was looking for more. So hopefully, more projects similar coming in the pipeline.
Yeah. I thank you, Dave. Like I said, I didn't want to cut you off, but we are gonna get to that, but definitely. But I wanted to mention first, like, you screened Mild Sauce at the Black Harvest Film Festival at the Gene Siskel Center here in Chicago, and you screened it recently in Houston, right? You won an award down there, right?
Yes, correct. We just won Best Mockumentary down at the Houston Comedy Film Festival. Yes.
That's pretty dope, man. How do you feel about that?
Man, it felt great, man. Went down there, had a great weekend. So no, man, it was great. I was happy. I was a little nervous because I mean the audience there was mainly like a white audience. So I was just like, I'm like, I wonder how they gonna, get this or what their reaction gonna be. But man, they was busting up. They was laughing throughout the whole thing. Like I was like, oh, okay.
Well, that music was popular back then. I'm sure some of them had listened to Jodeci and Shy and all the little groups from back then too. So
yeah. So no, man, it definitely worked with that audience, man.
So it was a primarily white audience.
Yeah, man, mainly. It was it was probably less than 10 black folks up in there.
So how many times have you had that sort of experience? Because I know, I want to talk a little bit about call center before we're through, because I reviewed it for you, and I know most of your screenings. I would imagine most of your screening experiences have been with majority black folks, especially given the way that organizations like the American Black Film Festival and Black Harvest have supported your project. So, what was it like? How many times have you screened for a majority?
Well, that was the first time, man. That was the first time. So that's why I was so nervous. And the funny thing was, I wasn't nervous till I got there. It was it didn't dawn on me until I got there. I'm like, man, I wonder how they're gonna react to this. So, and they actually had some great films in there too, man. They had some great films in there.
Does it make you feel a little bit more encouraged about your stuff getting out to new audiences and broader audiences?
Yes. Yeah. It did give me some confidence because, I mean, and just to kind of answer your question, Dave, from earlier, I'm sorry if I'm jumping ahead, Kyle, but this movie was actually written as a feature film originally. I started this back in at the end of 2017 with the script. So yeah, it was originally as a feature, and I just came along I want to make a teaser trailer of it, kind of show people hey, this is what the movie will look like if it was a feature film.
Yeah.
I just knew, I'm like, man, I don't want to spend. I'm like, this would be a lot more expensive because I mean, with wardrobe alone, trying to get a 90s feel, I'm like, I can't do this by myself as far as making a feature film. So I'm like, let me do a short film version of it, teaser trailer type, to create a buzz. So I actually, one of my inspirations on doing this was like the Will Smith, the Fresh Prince thing that the guy did, the concept trailer that he did for that.
Oh, the dramatic Fresh
Yeah,
Prince.
the dramatic version, and you see, and that got picked up by Peacock, so that's supposed to be airing pretty soon.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and that's like I said, I definitely wanted to get that question out, but I'm glad you brought it up yourself. Like this, when you watch this project, it's about 13 minutes, just over 13 minutes, so it's definitely qualifies as a short film, but you definitely at the end of it you want to spend more time with these characters and in this world, and it seemed like it was a teaser for a longer treatment for these characters. So is it looking good that you're going to be able to get that project off?
I think so, man. We got a lot of momentum right now. One key thing, and before we get off, I want to just share is that ABFF, the current film festival that we're in right now, that's streaming all month, they're having folks vote for their fan favorite films. Okay. So the Untold Story of Mild Sauce is in the new voices category. So I definitely need everybody to go out there and vote for us for as the best fan favorite by selecting us. Because
I'll put that link in.
Yeah. All it is, is just a Survey Monkey link. I'm going to have to send it over to you. So I just got notification about that yesterday. So we're actually putting together a marketing campaign for the next week because the voting ends the 26th. So we're about to put together a marketing campaign to like blast out to get people to vote on that. So like little things like that. So I also too, I forgot to mention, you mentioned Houston, but we also won at the Gary International Film Festival Best Regional Short Film.
Okay.
So yeah, so I mean, yeah.
I know mostly black folks over in Gary.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we're getting some momentum behind this, man. With more eyes to see it, more folks are liking it.
Yeah, definitely. And I put up the link, abffplay.com, that leads you to the new voices and everything. So people can vote on that site as well. But they can see, you can see the whole short if you follow the links on abffplay.com. And people can vote for you as well.
Correct. I'm trying to see. Actually, if you give me one moment, I'm gonna drop this in the link in the chat before we get off the actual link.
Yeah, feel free. And with that said, like I said, I want to go back right quick before we wrap up to Call Center, and that's a link I'm gonna drop what I wrote about Call Center a couple years back. Really enjoy film, as you know. And it's really like a low key gem of a workplace comedy, and you really showed a lot of growth and depth ability in that project, and you won some awards with that as well, right? And you've been able to get that into the streaming sphere. That's been available on some apps and everything, right?
Correct. Yeah, so that's currently streaming right now. I won. It's streaming on Quelle TV, which is KWELITV.com. So streaming on there, and I won locally the Best Director Award for the African American Arts Alliance here in Chicago back in 2017 for that. I'm trying to copy. So I'm on I'm on my wife's computer, and I can figure out how to copy and paste from her stuff. I'm on. Yeah, normally I can right click, but yeah, this right click is not working.
And to clear up too,
never mind. I found it. She told me.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, I say to clear up too, before we get you off, you may mention of my cousin. Of course, people know Demon's Spruill is my cousin. And he co-founded We Are Regal Radio, Regal Radio, whatever. What that old name. I keep forgetting that old name, Regal Entertainment. But you were down there at the you were right there at the beginning with those guys and everything. And you, like I said, you met him, you met Demons at Columbia, right?
Correct. Yeah. We were in a part of a music business organization called Kuma. So yeah, that's how we met. I think it was my freshman year, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, that's like I say, that time goes back with us. I mean, as soon as I came down and got involved with D on that level, I started to be around, Anton a lot. So I really, I'm glad to see your success, man, and definitely wish more success for you. And it's great to know a person who can make a film, because if I get off my ass, maybe I'll write a script one day and provide it for you, man.
All right, man. We always take in new work, man. So don't hesitate to do it once you get inspired to get something down. So no, hey man, I appreciate
Dave too. Me and Dave then came up with about at least five ideas for whole movies, just talking shit to each other. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Hey man, it all starts with a treatment. So write a treatment for it, man. Just a 1-page outline, man. That can, you don't know where that can get started to.
I feel you, man. You're an inspiration, brother. So I really appreciate what you're doing, man. And like I said, I wish you the best.
Thank you, man. It's a pleasure y'all having me on, man. Thank you so much, man. Honor and a privilege. Y'all, much success to this show, and keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, definitely. We try, man.
All right, I did put the link right there in the chat, so feel free to copy that.
Yeah, I'll put it up. I put it up in our chat on YouTube and everything, so people can see. Cool. So yeah, Survey Monkey link. That's the way you could vote for the American Black Film Festival. Vote for Miles Sauce, the Untold Story of Miles Sauce, and you can watch it on abffplay.com.
Yep, it's in the new voices category. So yep, check it out, everybody.
Yeah, if you like comedy, you like 90s R&B, you'll love it.
Yep.
All right, bro. Have a good one, man.
All right, man. You take care, man. All right, peace out, Dave.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Anton Deshawn, good brother. Really appreciate him coming on, getting our legs back up under us with the show. Before we bring Ego Jaleel on, and since I got Dave on, just give a few words about with the show back on. It's been about 4 months since we've done a show, a new episode, and we sort of changing the format a bit. Not too much though, but because we've been doing interviews, but this show is going to be more exclusively interview based going forward. I got another show I'm doing on Mondays where I'm gonna bring Dave on recurrently, and we'll do some of the old type of segments where me and him just sort of bust on things and sort of take stuff from headlines and whatever talk about. But we also gonna work out stuff like that through our interview, and I think in a couple of ways we're gonna do that with this next interview. This brother is a veteran rapper here in Chicago. Been doing things for a while. Featured on sites like thisis50.com and the likes. But we're glad to bring on this brother Ego Jaleel. How you doing, man?
How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling?
Yeah, we good, man. We good. We appreciate everybody who comes on and builds with us. That's the show in the building.
Appreciate y'all, no cap.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a couple of interesting things that are bringing you on with us. Getting to know your music, but you doing business with our girl Brianna. So we got shout out Brianna and everybody at Swank for putting us the connection in.
Swank, shout out to Swank PR. Yeah.
So definitely shout out to them, and I know anybody who they do business with is worth looking into. So glad to have you on that level. But I'm glad to have a rapper on today, an MC on today for a couple reasons. One is sort of on the tragic level.
Man, bro.
You know, with the news coming out of Memphis and Young Dolph. But you know, there's a little bit of controversy that's sort of attached to you here locally as well. And you know, I'm not just trying to get some some clicks or get some attention, but I definitely want to get your opinion on what happened last week with the show that was to be at the Promontory.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so we got another person in the link. I don't know. Did you share the link?
Oh yeah, was that just for private chat?
I think. Yeah. Oh,
that's why I'm like, what link can I share? My bad.
No. I think this program is a little weird. I think I didn't know how. I should have asked how was you gonna share?
Oh yeah, no, I was just so people could tune in. My bad.
Yeah. But it's your guy Terrier.
He funny as hell.
Yeah, I'll bring him on. Shit, what's happening, bro?
Hey, I'm just listening. Shit, it don't matter to me. I'll leave. Oh
yeah, you got your shirt on and shit.
You're a comedian and actor as well.
Nigga, I'm making a Polish sauce.
I want to get
That's hilarious.
Privacy and nothing.
No, my bad, cat. Like I swear to God, I'm like, which can I share so I can share some people so they can hopefully hop on or whatever.
Yeah. Well, how you doing, bro?
I'm straight, man. You?
Right, man. I'm good. I'll leave it to you today, man. But if you could just if you want to just keep watching the show, appreciate it.
Gotcha.
Hey, I'm dead. My bad.
No. I think I shared the link with you wrong. Actually, I should have gave you the YouTube link. Actually, let me get that to you right now so you can share that. But
I said,
but yeah, but if you just wanna,
I'm gonna tell him don't click that.
Yeah, that's on me, bro. That's on me. But
my bad.
Yeah, like I say, it's good to get a laugh. You know, like I say, I know a lot of people are affected by that news today.
Man, bro, that shit suck, bro. I hate seeing. It be so random. Like it be like at the most random times. You feel me? And that shit just come across your timeline, and it be a flood of it too. Man, that shit suck, bro. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Dolph, for real.
Yeah, I mean, for you personally, like I say, as a guy who out here doing your thing, you know, how does it affect you to see your brother out like in a similar situation?
Bro, bro, I swear to God, it make me question it. You know what I'm saying? It make me question certain shit. Can y'all see my camera still?
Yeah, you good.
No, it make me just question, like, damn, should I even be doing this, bro? And I, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's defeatist or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? It just, bro, like, I don't know, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I ain't no gang rapper and all these type things, but it seemed like it don't gotta be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It seemed it don't really matter. Yeah,
we know his, you know, he was in beef.
We know Dolph, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like I said, it ain't just Dolph. You know what I'm saying? Like it be, like when XXXTentacion died, bro. I'm like, damn, that shit. Yeah, this a young dude, man. Man. People got their whole lives ahead of them, man. I just, you know, wish it ain't have to be so.
But that's what I was saying though, like. You know, like I said, we know what Dolph was getting into it with the guys, but the rappers and stuff. But he was out there, you know, today getting cookies at a, you know, you don't deserve to die when you just out trying to get a little snack.
He's living a regular life, like, you know what I'm saying. He probably wasn't on that type of time today. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, getting cookies. That shit I like cookies, nigga. That shit right. That shit make you think, bro. Like for real, but. But RIP, man, for real. The game lost a real one. Dude was smart.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely made an impact. You know, a lot of folks. Like, I can't say I was the biggest fan of him, but you know, I definitely recognize his name. You know,
same. I won't say it. You know what I'm saying? I won't sit here and act like I just be bumping Dolph all the time. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely pretty catchy when he rap. But I mean more so, you know what I mean? Like putting people on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like. The wave, you know, the I own my master swag, the you know, like that shit. That's not every rapper. You feel me? It may seem like it because people talk about it. That ain't every rapper.
Oh no, not at all. A lot of folks just get up in the game, just like like they see like they wear signs that say "use me," or they ready to be exploited, just so they could get whatever they can get,
Man, it's a crazy game, bro.
But but bringing it back home a bit, and it's unfortunate because this in some ways gets ties to violence, but I think a lot of it is overblown with the reaction and everything. Like, okay, you had a show, you were going to have a show with King Louie. Everybody in Chicago know King Louie. It was going to be at the Promontory last Friday. And I'm sure y'all were gonna send it up in a big way and do what you do.
It was gonna be dope, man.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be an exciting event for you, especially. But we get the alert. Bree sends it out early Friday that the show was canceled or postponed, I should say. And you guys can't put on the show now. I guess. In some ways this could be tied. I'm not sure. I don't know the whole deal, but there was some violence that happened in that area of the Promontory, the immediate area, pretty much the immediate area of Promontory in Hyde Park earlier that week. And it was seen to me that the police
was on that.
They were a little bit, on edge, and the whole detail about Louie being Chief Keef's cousin, and
I'm like, what? Dude, now when Promontory told me that over the phone, bro, I'm like,
yeah. I mean, when you first heard that, what was going through your head when you first heard
it? Makes no sense. And I mean, I honestly shout out to Promontory because they was kind of on my side with it. They wasn't really, they wasn't. It just came down to logistics, you feel me? But when I heard that in particular, I'm like, bro, like, what are y'all talking about? That was my reaction to the guy telling me, the talent booker from Promontory, he telling me what the police told him, right? And when he tell me this, bro, I instantly cut him off. Like, what are you talking about? And he, like I said, he buys talent to come to Promontory or whatever the case may be. So he know what's going on for the most part. He like, nah, it make no sense. Don't get me wrong. You don't even got to say nothing, bro. That make no sense. And I don't know. It was just left field, bro. It didn't make much sense to me. I thought it was, like you said, an overreaction. I didn't when I got the call, I didn't know about what happened Monday. And honestly, apparently, some stuff been happening. Period. You feel me? Like before Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that shit sucked. That shit sucked 1,000%. It was gonna be dope in my opinion. I hope it would have been dope. But yeah, we postponed it because, like you said, it's. I mean, like keeping it a buck, bro. Like we know who King Louie is. There's no confusion here. Like we know what's up. But
right.
It's at a point where people didn't moved on, bro. People didn't. You know what I'm saying? People didn't.
I think just assume that certain dudes can't even do any type of gatherings, any type of shows in the city is pretty ridiculous, man.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised. I wasn't surprised because, like I said, I kind of booked the event, but the response I was getting for kind of like bringing Louie out, because even him, he like, bro, I ain't play. I'm blue because I ain't played in the city in a long time. I was looking forward to it, you know what I mean? And that was kind of the sentiment. With the concert goers too, like my people, even on Twitter, motherfuckers like, I don't know if I can cuss. I'm sorry. Motherfuckers like, damn, I was looking forward to that. That's crazy. That's da 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 da. And it's refreshing to see, but like I said, it sucked. But we definitely gonna postpone it. It should be happening sometime in January. It'll be safe and people ain't got nothing to worry about. We all good over here.
Is it likely that you're gonna do the show back in the Promontory, or are you gonna move?
We definitely gonna do that Promontory.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we me personally, my name is Ego, bro. I would not be bullied. like y'all not finna get on that with me. I mean, granted, like I said, safety matters. Safety is clearly, what I mean, number one concern. But it seemed to me it wouldn't have been nothing to feel unsafe for, especially because what happened was they were saying, all right, there's gonna be extra police presence, this, that, and the other. And for me, I'm like, that's cool. Shit, thank you. Like, we need that. That's what's up. We appreciate it. You feel me? I just felt like You know, if we weren't finna be on bullshit without the police presence there, why would anything change with the police there? You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, in our community we ain't the biggest fan of the police. I get it, you know, but shit, let them do their job. They can sit outside the promontory. I'm in here rapping.
They ain't messing with the show, yeah.
Shit, but
it seemed like your relationship with the promontory itself was pretty, like, y'all were pretty much on the same page.
We was okay. For me, it's a new relationship, but with my partner in this particular event, you know, he had ongoing times with promontory, and that's kind of why we decided to push back, because they really was begging us to, you know what I mean? Because essentially they had to throw the show. It was booked. They really couldn't do much. Like, it wasn't ordered to be shut down. It was just a strong sense of urgency that it be postponed. This is what the police said. Again, I didn't really speak to the police, thank God, but you know, this is what I'm hearing. They like, yeah. So all this, like you said, Monday, and I guess the week prior, some bullshit that happened, a UIC student or whatever the case may be passed, people getting robbed, this, that, and the other. So it's been a lot of garbage going on in Hyde Park. Yeah. So I guess with the timing of my show, they like, man, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, the police, you know, claiming they're gonna shut us down if, you know, one more infraction happen, and this, you know, this a high stakes event or whatever the case may be. Like, we know y'all probably not on that, but it's possible, and I couldn't do nothing but respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole venue. They was threatening to shut the whole venue down if, you know what I'm saying, people, if they had another infraction. So like you said,
know what, the stakes is pretty.
To preserve that relationship, I just, you know, I was down with postponing it, man.
You know, I can understand the stakes too, because it just took, like, I think back to a spot that me and Dave, my guy, my co-host David, we used to frequent a lot. I don't know if you did, but the shrine up in the South Loop, like, it just took like a couple of incidents up there, and bam, they cut that boy down.
I'm glad you know, and you know what I mean. I think, honestly, the promontory for the culture. I think, you know what I'm saying. They do a lot of official shit. They do a lot of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, people from the community or people from the city want to get done, to get their ideas out, whatever the case may be. So it's not a lot of places like that, especially on the South Side. You feel me? It's a real venue. It's a real venue. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't do nothing but respect it. You know, I want to see the promontory stay around. So, you know, but yeah, exactly like you were saying, as far as the shrine, you even got drink house. You even got, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like in the city, bro, when you populate an area, you know, that's not typically urban populated. Like I said, drink house was downtown. You know what I mean? Hyde Park is clearly trying to they clearly trying to change that. Change the whole the aspect of that around. So I feel like when you do get in those areas, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, bro, one or two times they give you 3 strikes, you out at most. You feel me? And that's not the case at Bounce. That's not the case at Light. That's not the case at, you know what I'm saying? It's typically not the case. So that kind of blows me. That's why I said, bro, I'm not finna bully me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure my people good. We gonna make sure safety prevails, and we gonna rock out.
Definitely. I want to get into what you got going on your like I said, with your music and stuff, and a little bit of your background and stuff. But Dave, you got anything you want to jump in on right quick?
How you feeling, brother? Sorry.
Excuse me. No, yeah, I'm sorry. I was muted. No, you guys can proceed.
Okay. Yeah, Dave taking care. I think y'all both taking care of babies right now, man.
Oh yeah, 100. Princess right here. She crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I just want you to, you know, give a little bit of background on yourself, and, you know, for my audience and everything, let people know how you started in the game, and how you came up with, you know, a little bit of, I guess, you know, in Chicago, you know, what side you from or whatever, you know, that always matters. We got so many people talking. I've been seeing so much stuff on IG and everything about West Side and South Side nowadays, man. I don't know what you think about that. You know, what side you represent?
I'm from the South Side for sure, but I'm from the low end, specifically 43rd.
Okay.
Specifically. But shit, what that people confused on what the South Side is?
No, I mean, I don't know what you would see, but I just feel like I just need a lot of
the regions.
You know, it's just, you know, the little jokes and stuff, like like you watched that show? You watched the BMF show? Like I saw one thing where they had the Flannery brothers was like supposed to be West Side brothers, supposed to represent the West Side, and the other niggas on the other side represent the South Side, the dirtier dudes and shit. Like motherfuckers getting jokes off and shit. You know
that it's just stigma different, a little different here. It's reversed here. It's got from what
it depends on where you from.
Right? No disrespect to 290 or that. I'm just saying.
Right.
But no, man. Like I said, from 43rd, Bronzeville, beautiful place. Rapping,
I'm
bro.
right in that area myself right now. I didn't grow up around here, but I'm staying.
That's the move, man. You got you got a couple dollars. Let a brother hold something. You feel? It ain't cheap over there.
No.
But yeah, music, bro. I've always been musically inclined, in my opinion, or whatever the case may be. You know, sung in my preschool graduation, bro. 8th grade graduation, same thing.
You knew early what you wanted to do. Huh?
Not really, bro. Like it was always, I always sung. I just had a decent voice. You know, my voice was high pitched. I had a decent voice at that point. But it got to like 7th grade, bro. At this point, I'm in love with women, doing whatever women like. I started writing poetry. Expressing myself in class, they love that shit. And it kind of just turned into verses. You know what I'm saying? It kind of just turned into verses. If I'm being honest, Kanye West was definitely one of the people that I heard like you said, like, oh, that's intriguing for sure. You know what I mean?
What do you? I gotta go there. What do you think about your boy right now, man? I think.
At this second, I like what's going on at this second, bro. He's just being free, being himself. I like what's happening right now.
So you like the Donda album?
I'm not the biggest fan of the Donda album. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't the biggest fan of the show either. Like honestly, I went the biggest fan.
You went to Soldier Field?
Hell yeah. I had to see that shit, man. But it wasn't for me personally. But when I say I like what he's doing right now. I mean more so Drink Champs interview and forward.
You like how he's dealing with the media right now.
I like how he's dealing with the media. He being himself. It's on his own terms. You know what I'm saying? He's not really allowing them to make himself look crazy. He'll just do it for you. I think it's dope, man.
I think he's doing a lot to make himself, but hey.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, okay, one, I definitely think he has mental issues, but I don't think that's a handicap for him. You feel me? I think it forces him to think on a different spectrum, which I mean, it makes him who he is. It's Kanye West. You feel me? But I do feel like when he's trying to express himself often, it's kind of hard to get his thoughts out. And then when he does start to get on the right track, he kind of says the thing and then goes off into that thing. So it goes left field and he stops making his point. I think that's what a lot of people see, and it just looks erratic and crazy to people. But what he be saying most of the time, bro, let's be honest, it's not all the way off, man. Like, we gotta at some point we gotta realize there's a problem with a lot of this media shit. There's a problem with a lot of the music industry. It's a problem. You feel me?
I agree with you. I do think he knows. So he knows enough about the industry and about the give and take in media to where he can identify issues and definitely speak on them. But sometimes it's like the messenger. You got to get that message in a certain way that it's palatable. If it ain't
fair to them how they want to be fair, or not even how they want to be fair, like a way that's acceptable. You feel me? Like slavery was a choice. That comment, he should have knew that wasn't gonna go over. Again, like I said, bro, I feel like I know what he means. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I know what he meant, and in the aspect of what he was actually talking about, he not wrong. You feel me? That again, we can cancel me if y'all want, but nonetheless, in the aspect of what he was actually speaking on, I thought it was relatively accurate. But the wording, the delivery, it wasn't.
Yeah, well, my thing, I think with a lot of brothers who claim to be free thinkers is that they find themselves getting trapped in another way of thinking that is not necessarily, it's not necessarily them being free thinkers. It's just them accepting an ideology that is different from, what is sort of healthy for a collective that we've accepted as healthy as a collective. And they just trying to get away from that and say, well, what you think is healthy is not necessarily healthy, but you're not providing an alternative that is
like a respectable alternative.
Yeah, you're not presenting a healthy alternative. You're presenting something that is just providing more conflict.
One thing about him, I can respect the fact that sometimes he'll be like, I don't fucking know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole sway, you ain't got to
do that more. Yeah. Just say, I don't know, instead of trying to answer.
I respect that. You know what I mean? After a bunch of rambling, he get to the point where he like, well, shit, I don't know what the fuck is changing, but I'm trying, or whatever the case may be. I can respect that, because I mean, bro, we in a lot of ways, on a lot of things. I may be a conspiracy theorist, who knows? I don't know, but in a lot of aspects of life, so the way society has programmed, because we really programmed, and not just us as black people, period. Society, period, bro. You know what I'm saying? We programmed. You feel me? And I just wish people understood that simple aspect of it. Like, damn, okay, we kind of been conditioned to think like this, about this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, and without a solution, the problem kind of becomes irrelevant, because you kind of you just giving bad vibes, no solutions.
Right.
But you gotta at least know that, like, damn, all right, it probably shouldn't go like that. But like you said, bro, we've been I don't know, we've been conditioned.
Yeah. But let's go more into your whole your upbringing or whatever. How you got into the game?
How the fuck we got to talk about Buddy? My bad. Yeah, man.
I sent you over there. I sent you over there. Don't.
Yeah, like I said, bro. Started. I don't know. Started writing poetry first, bro, and I started taking it serious like after high school. I went to college. I went to SIUC. And I was
I
ain't gonna lie to you though.
Where were you down there?
2010.
Oh yeah, you younger than us, man. I was out of there in 06, so
2010. But again, like I say, I can't flex. I was down there for a semester. I got out the gym, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey,
but
I had a homeboy did the same thing, man. He only lasted about 6 weeks, and
got out the gym.
Him out of jail one night, man.
Shit, it wasn't that bad. Hey, it wasn't that bad. Some fun and funny times, but it wasn't.
You know.
But no, honestly, I was in class, bro, writing rhymes. Like I wasn't paying no attention. I was down there wasting my little financial aid, whatever little loans I was getting. You feel me? I finally got smart, because like I was adopted, so it wasn't really much. And I was adopted by my grandparents, so they passed away by the time I was at that age of like growing up. I'm like, all right, I need to go to college. Where I'm gonna go? Da 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 da. So I didn't really have much guidance. I kind of was, on my own or whatever. But at a point, I just realized, like, bro, this probably not gonna change. I'm probably not finna. I want to do music. That's what I want to do. Sure. And at that point, after I left, it was, I was fucking with it from the end.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you got you got some projects out now. I know you put a single out.
Yeah, I got some singles out, bro. I honestly been staying away from projects just because I've been building my catalog, one, and then two, if people ain't willing to listen to one song, they not really gonna be willing to listen to the whole joint for the most part. So I've been focused on dropping good songs, good music, you know what I mean? I ain't really want to put my energy into a project, but I am finna focus on one, or whatever the case may be, a little EP for the beginning of the year. But nonetheless, like I said, a few singles out. I dropped Compadres, the video, tomorrow. Pretty dope video, man. I shot it out in LA a little while ago. Very cool, man. The concept, it ain't, me standing on the couch at the crib. So it's cool. Y'all should fuck with it.
Put some work into it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I be trying to be creative.
Hey, that's what's up, man. That's the most I ask for out of brothers, man. Just, put some work into it. Don't just be like, oh, I'm here, listen to it. Put some work into it,
Some thought behind it, for real.
Yeah. And I hear that, like, the Compadres it's supposed to be a little bit like a cuffing season anthem or something like that.
You know what? Honestly, I was listening to today talking about cuffing season. Well, in that record, I kind of I feel like it's like don't you know how you got the angel, you got the devil over there?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they arguing because in the song I'm essentially warning a young lady like, man, don't get too involved, bro. Like you gonna look up, I'm still gonna be doing what I'm doing. You feel me? Don't try and change me. But on the other end, right after I do that, I come back and I'm essentially pleading with her, like, man, fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still like don't fuck with me, but fuck with me. Like, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? I'm kind of warning her, but at the same time, I'm a man. Like, I'm still interested. I'm just trying to, no feelings. So I wouldn't call it.
You gonna need them. You need them when you need them.
You feel me? But it's for cuffing season.
Yeah. I got you. Well, bro, man, I really appreciate you coming on, man, and I'm glad that you got the project coming. You got the single out. So you say the video come out tomorrow.
Yeah, Compadre dropped already. The song, but the video drops tomorrow in the morning.
And we can see it on YouTube or whatever.
Definitely 1,000%. You can check my page for it, but nonetheless, you can type in Compadre's Ego. It'll be out in the morning, definitely. But I got a few joints out, man. Black Card, Vet with C. Honcho, and the most recent View. I dropped this joint called View, the single and the video out. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, I mean, what's the how do you recommend people get on to listen to your joints and everything? And
YouTube. Say hi. Say hi. This Aaliyah.
Hi, Aaliyah.
She gonna be a star too. But nonetheless, bro, you can follow me on everything, bro. Ego Jaleel, EGOJALEEL. I'm on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. YouTube, Audio Max, SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? Get into however you want to get into, however you prefer to get into. If you want to hit my email, I'll send it over. We'll just send the MP3 because we just we just want you to play the shit. We just want you to play it and spread the word.
Get it out however you need to get it out. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, man, I really appreciate you getting on with us, man. We love to learn about new artists and especially cats here from Chicago and knowing you went to Carbondale and everything. So we definitely got love for you on that level as well, bro. So yeah, man, good luck, man, and wish the best to you. I'll see if I can hit up the show, man, when y'all put it on.
Man, we sending tickets. You got the email to cancel, so I know you got the invite for sure, man. If y'all was gonna slide, I appreciate that. If y'all still gonna slide, which y'all should, y'all gotta pull up, come check a nigga out on stage or whatever. I still appreciate it. I definitely appreciate y'all for extending y'all platform. It's a blessing. I appreciate it 1,000%.
Definitely. Wish you all the best and definitely much success in 22. And definitely Aaliyah. We'll be keeping the track on both of y'all.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe.
All right, for sure, bro.
Have a good one.
Ego Jaleel, man, good brother, man. Appreciate him coming on. Had a good time building with him, meeting him for the first term. Definitely the type of thing we gonna look to do, expand our network and everything, get to know more artists and other folks of all different types and stripes here on the show. But definitely shout out to him. Shout out to Anton Deshawn, who we talked to earlier. If you missed it, we talked to him about his short film, soon to be feature film, the Untold Story of Mild Sauce. You can check that on our links that we put up on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, we got our links. We posted up some links of how you can watch his short film and vote on it for the American Black Film Festival. So got through this first show again, dang man. It took a little work, but worked out pretty good, man. What you think?
We made it happen.
Yeah, we made it happen. Is Idris doing good, man?
He's ready to go.
All right, I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much longer, man. I really appreciate you like I said, I know you trying to do your thing, visiting and everything. So I really appreciate you making the effort to get on too and build with Anton and Ego. Like I say, this is Dave's show as much as it's my show. So I always want to have Dave on as much as I'm on. Y'all hear from me enough, man. I do enough shows, but I do this show in large part because I want to do this show with Dave and express myself with Dave and have him, like I say, had a platform for him as well. So we gonna keep it going, man. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna do some more interviews. A couple, we should do at least a couple more shows before the end of the year. We got a real nice one coming. I think. I guess it'll be our next show because I don't think we're gonna do a show during the holiday week. But December 2nd, we will be back, and we got a nice guest for that show. I'll give more on that in the upcoming days. But yeah, for now though, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm actually getting on Twitter. I'm just doing. I don't know why I'm doing all this shit today. I'm off. I clocked out of my work for NBC Sports a couple hours ago, and I'm still working. I should be sitting my ass down somewhere, but I'm gonna be. Hey, I'm gonna be on Twitter in a minute, man. Doing just a quick thing before the Bulls game, building with some of my hoop fans over there, my Running with War fans. So if you see this. And if you see it in time, we'll be there from like 8:30 up to the 9 o'clock when the Bulls start in Portland. So, appreciate all the support. Any support, anything to do with War Media. If you can follow War Media on Twitter at War Media and IG as well, Facebook. And, of course, our Substack, we got War Ready is the Substack. You can follow our writers on there. And yeah, Dave, we want to shout out your socials or anything?
All good.
Dave, cool, man. If you ain't talking money with Dave, he ain't trying to mess with you. So. But it's all good, man. We gonna wrap up this one. Like I said, really appreciate the guests and appreciate everybody who stopped in and watched this episode. You can listen to it soon on all the major podcast platforms as well through War on Anchor. Search War on Anchor, Spotify, everything. You can listen to our podcast there. So till next time, be easy, y'all. Be safe out there. Treat others as you want to treat yourself, man. And yeah, we back.